All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is 1:11 in the afternoon, which I felt was a perfect time to really jump on here and give you guys a little bit of an insight into Clubhouse. So I'm going to be talking about Clubhouse over the next couple of weeks, probably forever, because I just love it. It's awesome. I did a video on it yesterday, but I hadn't actually created a room or had a conversation in a room, right? So, getting kind of few messages there. And so I wanted to really share my experience on creating a room, because I think there's a lot of people who have heard about Clubhouse, not really sure how it's, not really sure how it works, not sure how they can get on, how to create a room, why they should create a room, and whether or not they can actually monetize from that. So if you're a coach or consultant, you're an entrepreneur, an online business owner, I believe this is the platform that you really want to be utilizing, because something that we talked about in our conversation earlier with Jack Murray and Aaron Whitnish, our mentors, and of course Martin as well, and myself, is you want to be jumping on these platforms ahead of everyone else. So right now, not a lot of people are really utilizing this platform on this side of the planet. Now, this doesn't mean that there aren't people who are on the platform who are going to be watching you, or there's no one to give value. That's not the case at all. There's actually not enough people giving value in this time zone, Australia, New Zealand, maybe South Africa, I'm not sure, because most people who have adopted this platform are English and American, and there's a couple of other countries obviously as well, but primarily it is those two. They are dominating at the moment. But because of the time zones, there's this space during the day here in Australia and New Zealand where not a lot of people are on. Well, there's a lot of people listening and need your help. And that's where you want to come in as a coach, consultant, online entrepreneur, business owner, because you want to be jumping on there and creating a lot of value for these people and really, claiming that opportunity right now. So anyway, want to make sure that you're getting on Clubhouse. If you have joined or you are on there already, I know I had one more invite, which I gave away to one of our clients, Brody. So I'm very excited about her jumping on as well with a couple of our other clients. If you are on Clubhouse, would love to connect. Send me a link or your name or whatever. Let's connect on Clubhouse. Mine is Sally Kerridge-Temm, nice and easy. And that way you'll get all the notifications and updates for when we are creating a new room, which will be very frequent because we're just loving it. We're just vibing with it. And we're on there to give a ton of value, particularly to coaches and consultants and online business owners. So I wanted to kind of share with you guys a couple of takeaways from today's conversation. Very, very easy to set up. So if you want to create your own room, there's three options. You have public, and that goes out to the whole app, as far as I'm concerned or aware. And then the second one, I think it's just your followers or people that follow you. So it's more of a niche. And also the last one, you can create a very private one. So you can invite, friends or family or clients, and you can have your own private or closed. Think about it in terms of a Facebook group, and you can have that on as private or secret. So it doesn't come up for anyone else, and you can have a private conversation, in there. So this morning we had an open one. Had a few people coming in, which was awesome. It was great to deliver some value. So there's a couple of ways that you can create a room. My recommendation is to have a few speakers. We had 4 speakers, celebrity speakers. It was star-studded. Honestly, you guys should have been there. But next time, make sure you get onto the app and follow us. And so we had 4 speakers, and then we had a Q&A with some of the guests there that came up on the stage, and we were all just vibing, and that's exactly what you can do on the app. So you have the speakers and you have the audience. So my recommendation is actually to have a couple of speakers, because they can provide a different point of view. So whether this is with your mentors, whether this is with your clients, perhaps depending on how you structure that, it could be friends, however you want it to look. It just means that it keeps the conversation rolling, which is my second point there. when there's just one person, I think it can be a bit challenging when you're doing all the heavy lifting. So when there's a couple of people there, you can all sort of bounce off each other. And it isn't necessarily something that's super formal. It's actually more of a conversation where you're giving value, and it's almost hard to explain until you're actually on the app, and really when you're on in our room, because it's the coolest room on there. But it is more of a conversation as opposed to just speaking and not really engaging with anyone, and I believe that's a really important thing. And especially when you're new, your room size is probably going to be on the smallest side of the scale, which is actually a huge bonus, I think, because you can create a really intimate and close-knit relationship with the people that are in there. And this is really how you build a network, you build a community. This works offline, online. Clubhouse is no different. So I actually think it's a really great way to start. You just want to get in there and start. The next point I've got is a great way to build engagement is Q&A with your audience. So I kind of already mentioned that, but it's a great tool. So it's super simple. As a speaker, you just like invite people from the audience. Hey, guys, do you have any takeaways? Do you have any insights? Can you provide any value? Is there anything you want to add here? Do you have a question? And allow them to have the spotlight. It's really nice to give that that opportunity to someone else. They get exposure from other people that are in the room with you, other people that are listening. So it's a really abundant way of actually sharing the value and sharing the attention. The next one is, how do you actually how do you create a room? How do you make sure that there's going to be people in there, that you're not just going to be in there, speaking to yourself or speaking where it's just guests? And a great way to do that is utilizing your own networks right now. So if you have Facebook, if you have LinkedIn, if you've got, YouTube, you've got Instagram, you want to be going on there all the time. Hey guys, I've just gone onto Clubhouse. I'm going to be creating a room at X time, and would love for you to be there. If you need an invite, I know people who know some people who might know some people who can get you in, whatever that looks like. But you just want to make sure that you are utilizing your existing networks, and that way you can bring people in who already kind of know you. And when you create a room with these people who already know you in the room, you're actually going to filter out into their network. So as they start building up their following as well, everyone seems to get a notification that you've created a room. So it really gives you a big leg up when you're just starting, and to create a room and to get some interest from outside people to really give some value and share, all of your wisdom with new people. And it becomes a great platform to actually monetize, because you can make offers, or you have the link to your Instagram. And if you have your offer dialed in and you've got a program there, I'm sure it will be all over your Instagram. And that's how you start to create, interest from people who are interested in your program and interested in what you have to say. And that's how you can monetize from the platform, but more on that later. And the last point I've got here is building hype. So if we think about it in terms of utilizing your own networks right now, Facebook, Instagram, stories, you want to be blasting that everywhere, provided you love the platform Clubhouse as much as me. And you want to be just talking about how they can add you, how they can find you, what you're going to be talking about on Clubhouse, and you just want to be talking about it all the time, providing value as well, like similar to this video. If you are on the platform and you've discovered new tools or new strategies that are really working well for you, that's going to help other people jump onto the platform and want to follow you. And then again, they get a notification for when you start creating a room where you're going to offer a lot more of your valuable insights. So that is what I took away, some really valuable points and key insights on today's conversation, our first room inside the Clubhouse, and is the first of many. So if you're on Clubhouse, follow me. I would love to know who's on there. I will follow you back, and let's get a network going. If you have any questions, let me know, but big advocate for Clubhouse. They should really start paying me.